Gracious greetings, St. Stephen family and guests. Welcome to another edition of Living Water for a Thirsty Thursday. The last couple of weeks, we've been talking about what's on your mind. We talked about holy thoughts, helpful thoughts, and happy thoughts. Last week, we talked about I got a lot on my mind. We talked about having the right attitude, the right aptitude, and spiritual fortitude. Today, we want to try to put a bow around this subject, and we want to discuss it from the thought of get your mind out of the gutter. Have you ever heard someone say that? I think when they were saying it, they meant that we were having inappropriate thoughts. Well, I venture to say any thought that goes against the will and the way of God is an inappropriate thought. Prayerfully, your takeaways today will be that of the spiritual disciplines. And we'll discuss 5 of them. There are more, but I think these 5 are the ones that will help us the most with getting our minds out of the gutter. They are prayer, scripture reading, fasting, retreats, and journaling. The scripture reading that we're going to look at today is coming from Proverbs, the 3rd chapter, the 5th through the 7th verse. Those verses, powerful, a lot of you have memorized before, and it reads, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not to your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path." Verse 7 says, "Be not wise in your own eyes. Fear God and depart from evil." Now, in this text, when it starts off, it says, trust. Trust means put your confidence in. It means to put your weight on. It means, obviously, to believe in. But he says this is what you're supposed to trust. Trust in the Lord. That word Lord in Hebrew means Jehovah. Jehovah, very powerful, in that it not only speaks to who God is, but what God does. Jehovah Jireh, God is my provider. Jehovah Shalom, God is my peace. Jehovah Roha, God is my healer. Jehovah Rohi, God is my shepherd. And so the text here is saying God is the one that can take care of us in whatever we deal with. And so we don't have to have all these things on our mind. But he says, trust in the Lord with all of our hearts. And we know heart means with all of our will, with all of our choice, with all of our volition, of all of our feelings and our passion, trust in God. And he says then to lean not to our own understanding. And this lean is powerful in that lean means that I do not trust in oneself. I do not believe in oneself. I do not take things in my own perspective, if you would. Lean not to my own understanding is the perspective piece. And so he's saying, don't lean to your own understanding, but in all of our ways, acknowledge him, and he will direct our path. And then he says, be not wise in thine own eyes. And that means don't think our own intellect. Don't think our own resources is going to be what gets us through COVID-19, health issues, financial issues, or whatever else we may find ourselves contending with. But what will actually help us is the prayer walk that I'm on right now, the spiritual disciplines. Prayer, scripture reading, all powerful tools. What do I read, you say? Read the first 5 books of the Old Testament, very helpful. Read one of the Gospels in the New Testament, very helpful. Read the book of Acts, very helpful. Read the book of Romans, the book of James, all very helpful. If you read those books, you'll be well on your way to being equipped to deal with whatever is going on in your mind. After the scripture reading, we said fasting. Fasting from food is extremely important. Of course, you consult with your doctor. You move into it slowly and gradually. You start off with an hour, 2 hours, half a day, fasting from lunch, then from lunch and dinner, and you build up from there. Fasting, powerful tool. And then, of course, retreats, having time away that you just spend with God, powerful. And then journaling, writing down what prayer requests you have or how God has moved in your life. All of these things, all of these tools, extremely powerful. But still, to me, the most powerful is what I'm doing right now, prayer walking. Prayer is a powerful tool. And I challenge you not to just pray, but to pray out loud and talk to God while you are wherever you may be, out aloud, so that you hear it, he hears it, and nature hears it. I pray that this helps you as you contemplate and work through whatever is on your mind, because I know we do have a lot on our minds, but the way to overcome it is to get our minds out of the gutter. God bless you, and make it a great week.